Tired of the same old spandex-laden CGI blockbusters making you fall asleep in theaters? Well, do we have a movie for you? Die My Love is a visceral and uncompromising portrait of a woman engulfed by love and madness that you won't want to miss. Anchored by a ferocious tour-de-force performance from Jennifer Lawrence that's destined for awards glory, co-starring Robert Pattinson, and it's from the studio that brought you The Substance, I feel like we don't need to say anymore. Go get your tickets now. Visit Mubi.com/diemylove for showtimes and tickets. Only in theaters November 7th.
As soon as fall hits, our morning somehow gets busier, but Thrive Market has simplified it all for us. From protein-packed oatmeal cups to allergy-friendly cookie packs, we can fill our cart in minutes and know everything is high quality and worry-free. Obviously, you guys know we travel a ton, and the snacks that Thrive Market has to offer are such a game changer for us. We have the peace of mind that River is getting high-quality, good ingredients with tasty snacks that she enjoys, and obviously, when a kid has a snack that they love, it certainly keeps them, preoccupied for at least a few minutes.
And also, I have to say, being at the lake and not having like a high quality grocery store close by,
Yeah, that's fair.
means Thrive Market saves the day constantly. We are getting all of the high quality, healthy, protein-packed, low sugar, no seed oils, whatever it is that you are looking for, Thrive has it, and it gives you a peace of mind. We've been using their healthy swap scanner nonstop, recently swapped out peanut butter with seed oils for a clean ingredient version that is gluten-free. Total mom win. Swapped out potato chips for the Boulder Canyon avocado oil, Canyon Cut, kettle-style potato chips in sea salt. So if you want to eat healthy and have that peace of mind for your family, go to thrivemarket.com/VIALL to get 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift.
Running a business on a clunky old phone system is like competing with one hand behind your back. And every time you miss a call, that's money left on the table. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, is the modern alternative built to help you work smarter, build stronger relationships, and never miss an opportunity, because that's what your business and customers deserve. Quo is the #1 business phone system built for 2025, not 1995, rated the top choice for customer satisfaction with over 3,000 reviews on G2.
Forget juggling phones or using a landline. Quo works right from an app on your phone or computer. Your whole team can share one number and collaborate on calls and texts like a shared inbox, faster responses, happier customers. And Quo's not just a phone system, it's a smart system. Built-in AI log calls, write summaries, and even sets up next steps. And hey, can't answer the phone? Quo's AI agent can, qualifying leads, outing calls to the right person, and making sure no customer is ever left hanging. Even after hours, Quo's got your back. It keeps the lights on while you actually sleep. Start your free trial today, plus get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/VIALL, spelled QUO.com/VIALL. And if you already have a number, Quo will port it over for free. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by my wife.
Nope, just wife today. Perfect.
We're not even
strong.
here. We're not here.
All right. Just just wife.
Just
Not
wife.
beautiful, smart, talented, honey, funny, honey. Just Natalie.
The light of my world, the queen of my universe.
There you go.
Oxygen in my lungs.
Okay.
Mother Nature herself.
The oxygen in his tank.
My sole purpose for existing. Natalie, enjoy, everybody.
Period.
Woo.
Love it.
That was good.
That was a
That
sweet
was a
one.
good one.
That was a good
That was
one.
really
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yeah.
We're also here.
I think
In
we
the
need to make a
house.
montage of every intro going forward. Yeah.
We should do like a ranking of like best to worst.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. We have a fantastic episode for you today. I got some good news.
Oh,
Wait, I got some
love that.
I got some bad news.
Okay.
Whoa.
I got some good news. I got some bad news. I got some good news. I got some great news.
Ooh. Okay.
Bad news is I know we told you on Tuesday's episode of Reality Recap that Shannon Storm Bedore would be joining us this episode of Reality Recap. That is not happening today.
That's some bad news.
That is the bad news.
That is the bad news.
The good news is, who is joining us today? Emily D. Baker, our unofficial or official legal correspondent of the internet, to go over some of your favorite cases in pop culture, including the Wendy Osefo case that's currently all going on in the universe of Bravo and Real Housewives of Potomac. And a lot more to get into. We'll get a quick update about the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case, along with some Karen Reed tea, stuff going on with the police department, all that and so much more. We'll also break down some Salt Lake City with our girl, Emily D. Baker. The great news is Shannon Storm Bedore is going to be with us on Tuesday. She came into the studio yesterday. I flew into LA.
I was worried we trashed the episode.
You kept me sweating for
I know. But we decided to hold the episode because we got our hands on the finale. That does air tonight. And your girl, Shannon, she was activated. She was triggered. She had a lot to say. And we would be remiss to waste that Shannon's appearance and not be able to talk to her about what we got to see at the finale. Let's just say you're not going to want to miss it.
Big facts.
I love Shannon. She's a hoot.
Right?
Yeah.
She really brightens my day. And
Aw.
real comedic timing, that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, she's
Unexpected.
I did tell her. I was like, your physical comedy is like amazing.
And for
Beyond.
context,
Yeah.
people are going to see the best promo ever.
Ever.
She's always down to play.
She's always down to clown.
Well, speaking of Shannon, guess who I ran into last night?
Who did you run
Who?
into?
Gretchen Rossi and Slade.
Who was a topic of conversation with our conversation with Shannon?
Who is definitely a topic of conversation.
Where?
How random. I was at the Christmas Ring movie premiere starring Jana
Aw.
Kramer
Okay.
and starring Jesse James Decker
Mm-hmm.
and Kelsey Grammer, who is actually having his 8th child with his 4th wife,
Fourth
and
wife.
he is, I believe, 70. So
Is it?
that's
God, I hate
crazy.
that guy. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Gotta
well,
be
you know,
honest.
he did kind of piss me off in the movie. So there's a little spoiler for you. But yeah, no, Gretchen and Slade were there, and they walked in, and I was like, this. First of all, Nick was supposed to come with me, and he didn't. So I brought Victoria Fuller, friend of
Right.
show.
I
obviously.
was on a plane.
Doesn't matter. And
I was interviewing Shannon.
And so I'm literally like had just interviewed Shannon that morning via Zoom. And then I see Gretchen and Slade, and I'm like, Gretchen? And she's like, hi. And I'm like, I'm Natalie, Nick Viall's wife. The Viall Files. And she was like, oh my God, yes, huge fan, like of everything y'all do. And I was like, we actually just interviewed Shannon this morning. How crazy. And she was like, yes, I know. She called me. She told me. And she was like, congrats on all of y'all's success. And I was like, well, congrats on an amazing season. She was like, well, it doesn't feel like it. And I was like, well, yeah, I heard finale's a little rough.
Uh-huh.
And she, she remains her innocence, which is interesting.
Well, find out more on Tuesday's episode of Reality Recap. Let's just say that.
I can't
I
wait
know.
for this finale.
Right.
The
The reunion sounds like it's
reunion-
going to be
Yeah.
bananas.
The reunion sounds crazy.
Well, Dancing with the Stars last night. It was last night. It was Halloween night. R.I.P.
So sad.
Jen
Jen
Affleck.
Affleck. Guys,
Mm.
do you feel like it was because Max Tremoski went on the podcast with his wife PETA and said that like Jan?
Jan.
Yes.
I think it's Yan.
Well, Natalie is trying to say is
She
my
said
former
he
dance
doesn't.
partner.
No, he doesn't deserve to be a pro.
No, that was messed up.
He said that like he's a great dancer, but like he's not a professional ballroom dancer, and he doesn't deserve to be a pro. And that if Jen gets eliminated, it will be because of him, like not being a good enough teacher. Which I feel like maybe swayed the public because I thought that dance was so good. Am I alone in that?
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I was like, I think in comparison to some of the other dances, it was a little, but it's still good.
I mean,
I
compared
don't think
to
she
her
deserved-
last,
Yeah, like, I don't think she
I
deserved to
she's
go
getting better
home.
and better and better, which is like all you can hope for in this thing.
Well, I just want to preface this by saying PETA is a dear friend. She was my dancing partner. We remain
Well,
close.
PETA didn't say it.
What?
PETA didn't say it.
She didn't.
she-
She didn't
she had-
disagree.
Yeah, she had tidbits too, saying that he didn't
She
have.
backed her husband the fuck up. Max and I were great friends on dancing. I had a bit of a boy crush on him. This is all to say, I listen. I get where they're coming from, but it's he might not be wrong, but it's kind of giving a little jelly, a little,
Mhm.
Obviously, Max and Peter are not pros this season. Haven't been. Max hasn't been in some time. I don't know if he wants to. I don't know how that all works. Yada yada yada. But as a fan of the show and a former dancer on the show, again, like this show has
Semi-finalist,
revived
by
its.
the way.
What?
Semi-finalist, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Not too long ago, like didn't they cancel Dancing with the Stars? Wasn't it off the air for a period of time? Didn't even they bring it back when it wasn't even live like this? And now it's truly been revitalized, and it's being embraced not only by senior citizens, because like honestly that was a huge part of their audience. Gen Z is now like showing up and really revitalizing the show. Am I wrong on that? Am I accurate with my history in the past few years of this show?
I'm looking it up. It looks like it's been delayed but never put on pause. Let me
Okay.
I just know that this season in particular is like
I would think
completely
last
popping off.
season too, because I feel like Dancing with the Stars was kind of like where people it was like stereotyped as a place that people would go to like revive their relevancy or revive their careers, and now it's like people going on with like full-on followings, and it's bringing younger cast member or younger viewers in to watch, like Alex Earl, who also
Nick
killed
has a
it.
point. It was moved to Disney Plus for 1 year exclusively.
Yeah.
And then it returned back to ABC.
This is all to say it really didn't have a home, and it was clearly not performing well, and it's been revitalized. And part of that is that they really modernized the show. Like Sierra mentioned, obviously some with the casting, it being a little less stuffy, dare I say, with some of the traditional like requirements that like as a fan, no one gives a fuck about. Like as long as like all these people on the dance floor are moving their bodies in ways that most of us watching be like, I can't do that.
But that is why I said my point of maybe I feel like because Max said that, it like encouraged or influenced the audience to like be like, oh maybe let's not vote for her. Like, because I don't think her dance deserved like an elimination.
It's entirely possible. I don't know how close this stuff is. Maybe it's just a coincidence.
And I think Yan, love either, honestly, whichever he decides to go with. But I think he's like very loved on social media. Yawn.
Okay.
I'm tired.
All of the above. And I think he's very loved on social media. And he gets on his TikTok lives and I'm giggling. Like I'm kicking my feet and I'm giggling. And I think he's so funny. And like I don't think that they deserve to be eliminated.
I think it was kind of a bad look for Max. Again, he might not be wrong, but like his comments are kind of like suggesting that he's a little jealous. And like, of course he got casted because he's Taylor Swift's background dancer, and it's Taylor Swift. And as soon as I found out that that's where he came from, I became more interested. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And
he has a cult following because of that.
Yeah, he's clearly an excellent dancer. That's the point. Like, why does Dancing with the Stars have to be traditional ballroom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they still have ballroom, but why does it have to be limited and exclusive to that? But you're right. I don't know. Maybe it did have an impact. I mean, it's giving conspiracy theory that he said that, and like that's the week that she's off. But we're getting into the stage of the season where like you have a great cast, and who would you have eliminated? Begs the question. If I
think it definitely would have been in bad taste to eliminate Elaine, considering she did leave on a stretcher during rehearsal and they didn't even play, they played her rehearsal dance. So I guess it would have been in bad faith for sure. But I did, I felt like Whitney's wasn't as...
Oh, is that why they were wearing what they're wearing?
Yeah, that's why no one's in the audience. They're wearing workout clothes.
My fiance was like, why are her pants like that? And I was like,
What is this the dress rehearsal? Well, rehearsal is dress rehearsal. You wear
this is just a rehearsal.
No, this is just a rehearsal, and she left on a stretcher.
She got injured.
Yeah.
During the dance.
So, and then they gave her straight A's across the board. But again, I'm like, and maybe I'm a heartless judge, but like it would be one of those things where I'm like, I know Andy Richter right now is like a show favorite, and he is improving week by week. But I'm also kind of like, if she's injured bad and taken out on a stretcher, like
is she going to be here next week? And if she's not, that's not fair to have eliminated Jen.
I mean, the reality is that with Whitney and Jen both being on the season, they're eating into each other's votes. And so I think they both did very well. But Whitney, I think we all agree, is a step above. She's an excellent performer. Mark is like a legend in the dance floor. He's an excellent choreographer.
Yep.
And I think Whitney has the advantage there. So I think it kind of makes sense that this was Jen's time. You know,
in the same week that Max said his comments.
It's definitely a coincidence. Yeah, definitely. Like it's giving. You know, if you want to believe in a good juicy conspiracy, like we got one for sure.
My tin hat is on.
Yeah.
Alex Earl. I thought her performance this week was phenomenal.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah.
Them crawling out of the dirt, and then it was just like the movements of like I was like, I believe y'all are dead.
Yeah, it was giving spooky for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought Whitney Carson coming up on that harp. Did you see that? Did anyone else notice that? That she
Coming
rose
up
from the harp? I think it's a harp.
In the beginning of her.
Did they get out of the bed?
No. Well, that was Alex and give me Robert and Whitney.
Oh.
This is
Dylan.
Dylan.
I thought Dylan's was great.
Did you hear that Dylan got his nose broken this week? So
Yeah.
we had 2 injuries.
Yeah.
Lots of injuries.
Is
Like
his
brother,
face
like
okay?
brother.
Is it going to heal okay?
His face is perfect.
find he
I
has
mean,
his
his face is
abs.
fine. His face is good.
His face is
face
normal.
is normal. It's a normal face.
like
Should we
not
pull it up and
different.
check?
Like, watch Whitney rise from the harp.
Show us Whitney.
This is.
This
She's
is-
rising
this is
from
what
the
she-
harp.
Oh,
Are you kidding?
From
that
the
is
cello.
definitely not a harp. That
It's
is
a cello.
nope. That's neither that. It is a bass violin.
The bass, yeah.
Oh, standing bass.
Yeah,
Okay, Bandcamp.
I was in orchestra. Yes.
What did you play? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played the violin.
I
play
did
the
not
violin?
know
Nick.
that.
Yeah.
For how many years?
4.
Oh my
Years?
god!
You played
And
a
I
violin?
I progressively got worse. I do know how to hold the bow. Yeah,
I played 1 year.
You
And
know
Wait, I didn't.
No.
You've never told me that.
I'm not proud of it.
What? How old were you?
I started in 4th grade and played till 8th.
That is
Checks
like
out.
a real career. We should get you a violin.
I had
Oh
one.
my God, Viall's band.
I used to have one
I've
You
been
did?
dreaming of this.
when I
day.
played.
flute.
I
What
hated
happened
so
to
much.
it when
Like,
you threw it in the trash?
I think they probably sold it.
Wow.
Is that hot? Do you
I
like-
mean, you were in 4th grade, so like no, but it's definitely like interesting to continue to learn things about my husband.
I was so bad. Like during the concerts, I would just pretend. I would-
Oh my
Aw, you wouldn't even let it touch the strings.
Sometimes I would, but it was never helpful.
I would love to get. Maybe I'll get you a violin for Christmas.
No, God. No.
I would love to see you play.
I have
Just
no
rock one.
interest. I really hated it. Who do you like? Let's get our final 3 predictions. I'm gonna go with Robert Irwin, Dylan.
I think Alex Earl or Whitney.
I want to say Alex or
Yeah.
Whitney for top 3. I'm gonna go.
Top 2 is Rob or
I'm
Robert
doing
or Whitney.
Alex first, Rob, and then Whitney. She's killing it every week.
Yeah, but it's not always about the best answer.
Yeah, but I think she's got a lot of support, and I think she's getting better every week. And I think she's got a huge following.
but she was always good,
Yeah.
and I think you're seeing more incremental improvement from Dylan.
Okay.
I also am biased though.
Yeah, a little bit.
I-
I'm gonna go with Alex as my winner.
Okay, Alex is your winner.
I'm gonna go with Robert as my winner.
It's hard to
Whitney.
not imagine Robert winning,
Yeah.
and he's doing great. Well, just a reminder, if you are interested in being a part of a dating docu-series, we are working on something super special and super secret here over at NV Media / The Viall Files, and you want to have an opportunity to meet your person. If you're between the ages of 22 and 45, that is loose. You know, honestly, we're not stopping you from signing up and submitting yourself. Both men and women, definitely the boys out there. Ladies, if you have a man in your life, a friend, a brother, a cousin, a friend of a friend, many people were signed up for The Bachelor because a lady in their life nominated them. So if you know a great eligible bachelor, please sign him up. Be sure to let him know, at least, that you're doing that. Especially, we're looking for people in the cities of Los Angeles and Nashville in the local surrounding area. Go to fill out our casting call. The link is in our social bios, both my Instagram and the Viall Files Instagram. So check it out, and maybe we'll be reaching out to you.
How exciting!
Johnny Knoxville for the Bringing Back Fear Factor. That's kind of big.
Oh,
This is really exciting for
This
me.
show
As a
unlocked-
Jackass fan, yeah.
And this is
It's showing
gonna
lots
this is
of
gonna do
triggers.
well.
As a Johnny Knoxville girly, yeah.
Yeah, this will be fun.
I'm excited for that.
eating bugs, old eggs.
He's
Jump-
perfect for this.
Oh, I'm so
I could win
excited.
it. I would win Fear Factor.
Oh my god, Justin, apply.
I think I could win Fear Factor.
Would you
too.
eat bugs?
Yeah, I've eaten bugs. I've done like Fear Factor stuff and I always win.
What's the most Fear Factory thing that you've done?
I've stuck my hands in a bowl of insects like mealworms and like I don't know if there's a scorpion in
Because
there.
you
I didn't
wanted to,
look.
like,
That's the thing. You
feel
don't look. You
something?
just
Why
do
would you
it.
do that?
Why?
I used to go to like haunted mansions or houses where you'd like pay to like do crazy shit.
The like
so
the
you
like waiver
paid
ones.
to do it.
Yeah, like I would do the
No, but
wafer one.
That's already insane in itself. Like I go to the haunted houses where like they're actors, they cannot touch me. He's signing a waiver saying touch me.
Because I've convinced myself if I die, I'll just become rich. You know, like if they kill me, if it's not me, it's someone around me that's gonna get the money.
That's
Anyways.
the kind of person Justin is. This
That's
is why I love him
competitive
so much.
to a T.
Justin is like, if I die, at least someone else gets money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like someone's gonna win the lawsuit if I die. So
Yeah.
I have to not die or someone's rich.
that is who he is to his core, and I love that about him so much.
Did you see that Housewives of Orange County, Katie and Tamara are hosting a reunion part 1 watch party, but Mike Shea is the one that's DJing it.
That is
The Shea.
That's
That
so
is
crazy.
they're so
Wait,
petty.
who?
Sheena Shea.
Yep.
Sheena Shea's ex-husband,
Yep.
who used to have a
Sheena
music career.
Allegedly was the one who told Kiki Monique about Gretchen, whatever,
Mhm.
whatever. So they got her ex-husband to DJ their viewing party.
Mm-hmm.
Savage.
And he has disappeared off the face of the earth until like now.
Right
No.
when Sheena is like, I want to be on Orange County.
Do we
I'm
know, is Katie a part of Reunion?
Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Her
For
reunion
sure.
look came out
Okay.
and it's fire.
But the big question is, will she be on stage the entire time?
That is the question.
That would be
Yeah.
insane for them to.
That would be
To-
disrespectful if they.
She's at the end of the day, she is still a housewife. She is still holding an orange.
She
And
is
like-
the
and-
drama.
And Andy does love her. So I don't think that she would be like booted.
I was just gonna say, if Adriana Demora is sitting the entire reunion and she is categorically a friend of, then like Katie Janela should be also. sitting the
Yeah.
whole
Miami
time.
has a different format though when it comes to like friend ofs.
You guys know we are obviously Tamara Judge fans here on this show, but I'm really fascinated about, because all we've heard are rumors. We don't know. We haven't seen it. I'm sure a lot will be revealed. A lot will be discussed. So we don't really know how things are going to play out. We've heard people's opinions, but I'm very interested to see what people think of this cast once this season and the reunion wraps and everything that we've been told that will be revealed is revealed. I don't really know what to think, and it's dark. I'm not gonna lie, it's dark. What we've heard.
Yeah.
And everyone just keeps saying like, just wait,
yeah.
which is just, I'm like,
Girl, I don't have a
okay.
choice.
I know.
I am
like-
waiting for
It's
Wednesday
like-
night.
Is she or isn't she? Is what I want to know.
I don't. It's
I don't know.
Are they real? Are they not?
I don't know.
Who will be back next season? Who won't?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I had an
heard-
off
I've
the
heard-
record conversation with Gretchen, and it's interesting.
It's interesting. Obviously, we'll get into Salt Lake City later this episode, but I don't know, man. Bravo really toes a very fine line with some of the behaviors. I don't know if they're promoting it, but there is clearly a theme across this franchise of platforming dangerous storylines that affect families.
I mean, some could say though, where I'm like, I know it's the whole like you signed up for this, but I'm like doing a lifestyle show and having skeletons in your closet, like shit will come out. And
Mhm.
signing up
Yeah.
to be on a show with somebody that you hate, Gretchen.
I mean, I get it, but I guarantee you, Bronwyn didn't sign up to have a 20-year-old mistake brought back up and reframed as a recent mistake that is in no way accurate to what actually happened, to the point where it could potentially affect her husband's credibility in his life. Like, she didn't sign up for that. And we've been asked to do stuff. We've had even Shed Media where it's just like, but to your point, Sierra, I do know. I've followed these shows long enough to know that like nasty things will be said, things will be brought up, like the lies will be told.
Yeah.
No one is safe. Like you truly, no one. Like your parents aren't safe. Your siblings aren't safe. Like no one's safe in your family in this franchise. And I don't know.
I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm like, it's definitely scary, and sometimes it's really sad what ends up happening. But
Yeah, I do think Bronwyn and Gretchen are apples to oranges, though.
Well, that's again, we'll all have to watch and digest, and then we'll see what we all think in a few weeks. The Love Is Blind reunion was last night. We haven't seen it yet, but we will be covering it next Tuesday on Reality Recap. Also, on Going Deeper next week, we do have Sparkle Megan and her former fiance Jordan to get into all things their relationship, the fallout from.
Together?
What?
Together?
Together. Same time, on the couch together, sitting right where Sierra is and right next to her. They have agreed to join us together.
Wow.
I did see a crazy headline about Megan. It was literally Sparkle Megan in fender bender without mystery baby. And I'm like, what? And it's like photos
Sparkle
of her.
Megan.
What a terrible
Who's
headline.
writing
yeah, like
these?
slow news day.
And I was like, what even? Like,
They want you to click on it because they're like, what happened to the baby? They
Yeah.
hope we don't read. That's
Without
crazy.
mystery baby.
and it was like, what? There was
Mystery
nothing
car
there.
revealed, baby still mystery.
Well, if you have watched the reunion and feel like a lot of meat was left on that bone, don't worry. We will nibble it all off next week with Sparkle Megan and Jordan
Meggle.
and some other with Sparkle Megan and Jordan and some other castmates. Because that's what we do. We. All right. Well, up next we got Emily D. Baker, former Assistant District Attorney of LA County. And your favorite legal correspondent on the internet. And she is up next to join us to talk about some legal battles across the internet and talk about some the Wendy Osefo case, along with some Salt Lake City. That's up next. This holidays are right around the corner, but there's so much to get ready for. Does your guest room need new bedding before your family arrives? Well, with Wayfair, you can personalize your home and find everything from Christmas trees to wreaths to cozy linens and accent chairs, all for way, way less. Natalie is obsessed with decorating our house with whatever the season is, and she always gets a head start. I think we started decorating for Halloween in summer, and we started decorating for Christmas already before Halloween was over, and she got so many of these little setabouts and perfect holiday themes, all from Wayfair.
I like to make my guests feel like they are sleeping in a hotel room. Like they
Absolutely.
will never want to leave because their stay with us is so relaxing. And I make all of that possible with Wayfair. Their holiday linens, towels, everything that they have for kids' rooms, home decor, kitchen essentials, everything is so good. You won't want to miss it. There's something for every style and every home, no matter your space or budget. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals this holiday season with endless inspiration for every space and budget. So get organized, refreshed, and ready for the holidays for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
Well, football season is here. Holiday seasons are approaching, and no doubt you'll be getting together with friends at parties and events, or maybe you just want to kick back and relax and enjoy the game. Well, when you're doing any of the above, think of Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday Spike Refreshers gets you ready for all the action without the fuzz, fizz, or bubbles. Just good game vibes right at your fingertips.
Game day is always a good time, especially when you kick it off with Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher. It's a bubble-free, non-carbonated spiked refresher that is 4.4 ABV with vibrant fruit flavors. So that means no burping. Thank God. You can actually listen to the game and not hear anyone around you with the bubble guts. You can pick up a variety pack to find your favorite flavor. Maybe your favorite is strawberry or pineapple starfruit, mango passion fruit, or raspberry dragon fruit. Whichever it is, you won't go wrong. So kick off your game day with Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher. To find out more and find a Happy Thursday near you, visit drinkhappythursday.com/VIALL. That's drinkhappythursday.com/VIALL. Celebrate responsibly, non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 and up, contains alcohol. 2025 Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beer.
Emily, welcome back to the show. It's great to be with you.
Good to see you guys. It's been way too long and way too much legal.
It really has. You know,
Way too
people
much has
keep
happened.
doing crime, and it keeps you really too busy.
It keeps me way too busy. It's impossible for me to schedule anything in my life.
Well, we're excited to have it. But before we get into all the things, obviously, we really want to talk to you about Wendy from Potomac and that arrest and what's going on there for all the Bravo fans out there that are fascinated with this story. I know she's kind of fighting back, but what's new with you? What's been going on in your world other than giving the people everything they need to know about all the pop culture legal battles out there?
I mean, I am trying to pray that the lawyers start to slow down for the holidays. I have followed the Cardi B case. The lawyers are still not done. That case ended a few months ago, and the lawyers are still fighting over sanctions, which is wild because one of the Cardi B plaintiff lawyers, the main plaintiff lawyer for the person who sued Cardi, got in a fight in a hallway outside a judge's courtroom in another case, and I'm just deeply invested. And then my oldest is a senior in high school, so it's senior football games and band and college applications and all the rest. So life is busy, work is busy, but things are good. And it's finally fall outside of Nashville. So I'm loving the weather. It's finally here that it feels nice and cool.
That's amazing. What in terms of with all the legal battles going on, whether it's Cardi B, obviously we had the P. Diddy case not too long ago. What have been, like, for one, the most fun to follow for you, and then maybe second, the most surprising outcome?
It's always hard to say fun because so much of what I cover is crime, but I am intrigued still by the Corey Richins case in Utah that hasn't gone to trial yet. Her lawyers keep finding new and interesting ways to argue things that aren't things, and that is fascinating to me, and it will go to trial in February. She's accused of poisoning her husband, but while she was waiting to get arrested or not get arrested, she wrote a children's book about grief. And that's a bold move. So I'm still fascinated by that case.
How are her sales?
She was on a little book tour when she got arrested, and then the book got pulled. But I bet if they had left it, sales probably sadly would have gone up after her arrest.
If I'm at a bookstore on a Saturday afternoon with my family, a cup of coffee, and I see a children's book and I realize this is written by the alleged murderer of her husband, I am going to peek.
You're interested.
I want
right?
to know. I want to get inside the mind of this bizarre human. You know,
absolutely. Everyone in the case. The prosecutor's last name is Bloodworth. Oh. He has this deep, resonant voice. The judge is a younger judge who's been really steadfast, but also when he's done, he's done. It's just everything about this case is interesting to watch. The judge has a great beard. My audience loves him. I think his wife is probably like, please don't put this trial on television because the internet is decided that they are in love with my husband. So it's been a lot of fun. And then with some of the other cases, I was really surprised that Donna Adelson didn't testify in her murder trial. And then she had a lot to say at sentencing. That didn't surprise me too much, but she was so mad. What surprised me in that case is that her husband ripped into the judge. Great judge in Florida, ripped into the judge at sentencing in a way I've never seen anyone do at a sentencing hearing. I was stunned. I was absolutely shocked. And he hasn't been arrested. So it's a bold move.
Did you agree that she was guilty?
I thought the evidence the prosecution presented was really strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wasn't surprised that she was convicted. None of that was shocking to me. The prosecution was really thoughtful in how they went forward in this case. And the trying to get the jailhouse friends taken under the wing and then bribe them to testify the way she wanted to was really the final straw for her. I thought it was the flight to Vietnam. I thought it was the fleeing the country on a one-way ticket.
She's like, I'm going on vacation. What are you doing? Like, bam.
If you're fleeing the country so you don't get arrested, just spend the money on a return trip. I mean, not legal advice, but
right.
The one-way looks a little sus.
As someone who follows these cases so closely, do you have a hard time watching some of like the TV shows that are like made from the court cases? Like we're watching the Murdaugh show on Hulu, which we're really enjoying. It's really well acted. Patricia Arquette plays the mom. But you obviously follow all these cases, and I know a lot about this case through my wife Natalie, who followed it closely. But like I'm okay with the creative freedoms that these shows can often take with the portrayal of these cases and these families. Do you have a harder time getting into some of these shows because of someone who follows every little detail of these cases?
It really depends on the show, and I think Murdaugh is a great example of when they brought somebody in. They brought in Mandy Matney, who did the podcast and wrote the book, and she knows so much about the case. I also like her very much. So when they have somebody who's so intertwined with the case working with the show, you get a bit of a different perspective on it. Some of the shows, especially when they come out before the trial happens, are a little harder for me because I see how difficult they are for all the parties to deal with. They make judges not want to have cameras in the courtroom. And so when they're looking back at a case, it's a little bit easier. But when they are just fighting to pump out information that's not necessarily accurate before trial, it can be really difficult. And as judges get more and more hesitant about having the entire public in their courtroom through cameras, it makes me nervous that it will be a harder fight to have cameras in the courtroom going forward, because I think it's a really good thing that we do.
Well, before we get into the Wendy of it all, we obviously haven't followed much of the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case recently, and I think you've kind of like tapered off from it as well. But I just wanted to check in with you since we have you. You know, it's been kind of fascinating because over the past several months, it seems like things have slowed down in press and outlets and things like that. You know, I everyone knows where I stand. I'm of the opinion it's like his team has kind of slowed down his PR campaign. You know, like some of his lawyers, kind of people in the media, they're no longer pumping this narrative, and now things have kind of slowed down in a normal way. And it seems like behind the scenes, a little bit of like updates I get in the news, it seems like, you know, again, I'm not a legal expert, but it seems like the case is getting stronger and stronger on the side of Blake Lively, because now his PR campaign is slowing down, and we're realizing what I've always kind of suspected. Like, I'm just curious your thoughts, but it does seem like this thing really is trending toward actually going to court in early 2026. And is that surprising to you? Because I think a lot of people suspected like eventually there'd be a settlement. There's like plaintiff fatigue with, you know, this kind of very aggressive PR campaign. But I'm just curious, what has been your overall thoughts?
I am behind on the filings because in court, it has not slowed down. In public, it has slowed down, but there have been so many filings, and there have been tangential filings. The lead attorney in the case, Brian Friedman, is being sued by a past client tangentially related to this case, saying that he kind of panned the other case so that he could court Justin Baldoni as a client when he was suing Justin Baldoni over movie copyrights. So he's being sued by the family of that former client. So there's side cases going on. And then there's a lot of discovery fights going on, which are really normal, but it's a voluminous amount of documents fighting over, is Taylor Swift going to appear for a deposition? Yeah. And are all of the latest thing I saw filed, I think just last week, it could have been early last week, is that there's a fight over whether or not Signal app communications were all auto-deleted in violation of a preservation order from Baldoni Wayfarer et al. And so there's requests for sanctions and spoliation. So there's a lot of discovery fighting going on, but it's hard to get more of a sense of the case with all of that beyond the initial allegations. But again, this is a New York federal case that's dealing with California employment law, and California employment law at the heart of it is always employee friendly. So at the beginning of all of this, it really is an employment law lawsuit. And there are some of those allegations. Did Blake Lively go to production and say, I'm concerned about this, and did they fail to do an investigation? Those are simpler questions than I think what we've seen in headlines, because they're more nuanced conversations about employment law. So Baldoni didn't refile his cross complaint. So we're kind of back to the beginning in what the allegations and civil charges look like. But we are also seeing now other lawyers coming in for other parts of the Wayfair team, for the other PR agents. So it looks like they are starting to split out and get their own attorneys. So I don't know if it's on track for trial because there are so many parties involved. But we also have the New York Times asking for attorneys' fees and sanctions because their part of the case is gone. So there's 7 lawsuits going on. But yes, the public-facing part of this lawsuit has slowed down, but the judge was really heavy-handed in telling everyone to stop talking about this case outside of court. So the judge was not having it at all. And I think this federal judge ended up with a bunch of content creators in court arguing that they were being subpoenaed by Lively's side. So the amount of filings are insane. It is so much paperwork going on in court. And the federal judge was like, children, stop it. What are you doing? This is not what we do in federal court. So it's going to be litigated very thoroughly. I don't know if they're on track for trial in March, but the judge is pushing them that way.
Oh.
Interesting. What do you make of, I heard something that Baldoni's team hired P. Diddy's former lawyer. Is that true?
I haven't. There were so many pro hoc vice filings. Also, Diddy had like 17 different attorneys.
Okay.
But if they can find someone who is a more, trial dogged litigator who is in front of juries all the time, a lot of civil litigators do not go to trial as frequently as those in the criminal space. So bringing in a seasoned trial lawyer wouldn't surprise me if both of those teams brought in trial lawyers to go in front of the jury later. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Interesting. Okay, well, thanks for the insight and update on that case. Wendy Osefo obviously was recently arrested, her and her husband, for what seemed to be like some insurance fraud. The evidence seemed to be damning, and obviously there was a lot of news about her wearing the ring that allegedly she claimed that was stolen, et cetera, et cetera. And now she is pushing back and fighting. I would love to get your perspective on what you know about this case and kind of break it down for us.
It's a interesting insurance fraud case because both she and her husband have been charged. Everybody saw the headlines of how many counts they were charged with, but Wendy's charged with 7 felonies, Eddie's charged with 9, and then there are a bunch of misdemeanors. They each have 8 misdemeanors of insurance fraud and then 1 of a false statement. The thing that a lot of the media has not picked up on, which we get to talk about, yay us, is that they are facing jail time, but they are also facing quite a lot of civil penalties because the law allows for the civil fines to be multiplied by the insurance claim. So they have to pay back, if they're convicted, any amount of money they got from insurance, and it looks like that's about $25,000. But then it's 3 times the value of the claim they made, and they claimed over $400,000. So the fines start around $1.3 million, which is a substantial amount of money. And in financial fraud cases, even if you don't go to jail or prison for a long time, the judges tend to levy those fines to dissuade the future behavior. And in the declarations from prosecution, they have an email from Eddie to Wendy saying, hey, do you have any other items so we can increase the amount of this claim to insurance so that it's near policy limits in that $400,000 range? So they have the emails and their text messages, and it seems that Eddie is saying, hey, we need more, we need more. And the reason there's so many claims or so many charges is because they kept going back to insurance, adding more things. And if anyone's made an insurance claim, insurance records all those calls. So if this goes to trial, insurance is going to play the call of someone saying, oh, and her anniversary band was taken in this robbery or burglary. And then there's pictures of her at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on the red carpet wearing it. And I don't think they have receipts showing that she replaced it in 10 days. And it seems to be a pretty identifiable piece of jewelry, among other things. So the police took out more than 15 items from the home that were claimed on the insurance claims when they went in and did a search warrant. So they recovered the things that were said to be stolen. And so if it's a one thing and they say they replaced it, that's a little different than now 16 different things that they said were taken that were replaced. Oh, and their cameras never picked up on anything. And their neighbors' cameras never picked up on anything. And they're in a neighborhood that's never had a burglary before with a police force. It's like, that's weird. We've never had a robbery or a burglary in this neighborhood. We really need to figure out what's going on, because if this starts, everyone's going to be mad. So they investigated it pretty thoroughly, and they said that the only point of ingress into the house was through a window, stepping onto a toilet.
Yep.
And when law enforcement did that, they tracked in the grit from the roof, but there was no roof grit anywhere. So there was no point of entry. So they didn't do a great job allegedly staging the scene. I think anyone should fight. There's a lot of charges. There's a lot of room for a plea deal. But the earlier they take responsibility, the earlier the case will resolve. And I still think that's probably what will happen. I'm sure their lawyers are still waiting to get all those recorded phone calls from insurance and the body cam videos and go through all of it. But they're going to have emails, text messages, and the items were recovered.
Have they put out a statement, in terms of what are they saying?
Their attorneys did put out a statement right after the arrest saying that they were home safe after being arrested and that they were, looking forward to their day in court was essentially it. It was not a, banging the table, we maintain our innocent statement. It was everyone needs their privacy. Please respect them at this time. And we look forward to our day in court.
Okay, so she hasn't come out banging the table, so to speak.
I haven't seen that from her lawyers, but of course she's going to say, we're going to fight this. You have to. It's a lot of charges. And so a plea deal, I think that kind of counts as fighting it, not just saying, oh yeah, we did all of this. They also need to see all the discovery before they really say much.
She did respond on Instagram.
Oh, tell me that. I haven't seen.
Yeah, so Wendy made a statement saying, so she posted a photo on Instagram and said, and through it all, God remains faithful. Thank you for the outpouring of love, support, and prayers for myself and most importantly, my family during this time. We are forever grateful.
Tune in to @Bravo TV tonight for a new episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac.
Mm-hmm. She knows a plug when she knows a plug. I can't get mad at it.
I said this when we first covered it, of like when her team released a statement of, if you didn't do this, like your response is, we are innocent and we will prove that. Not like, we'll wait for our day in court. It's like,
I think the "we'll wait for our day at court" is a restrained statement, and you don't want to piss off the judge because the prosecutors will come in and say, immediately after arrest, they said that they're going to prove themselves innocent and they're not taking responsibility. So a smart plan is to see the discovery, say we will handle this in court, and then go handle it in court. Even in the Karen Reed case, after the initial arrest, they said, this is a misunderstanding. We're going to wait to see what the discovery shows and wait to see what turns up in court. So it's not a bad play because anything that is said publicly or in court will be used against you. And if you want a plea deal, which is their best option here, then you really need to not upset the court by going out and proclaiming your innocence vis-a-vis Jen Shah, because that came up when she was sentenced. It came up in the sentencing memos that she was selling merch that said "Free Jen Shah" and talking about how innocent she was until the day she took a plea deal. So there's unfortunately been enough in the criminal Housewives Bravo space that they can learn from what others have done. And a neutral statement of thank you for your support and we'll see it in court is really a smart legal play.
I'm always fascinated by what seems to be the sloppiness of these alleged criminals. As a former district attorney of a Los Angeles County, I'm sure you've seen a lot of, what were they thinking? Kind of, it's 2025. I don't even talk shit via text because I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not going to text anything if I don't want to have it show up on the internet type of thing, let alone like committing fraud and stealing.
And then emailing,
hey. And, with your husband, like, can't you just like get together in a room, in a car or something, talk about this crime? Like, it's shocking.
Her husband's an attorney.
Oh my God.
Crazy. It's crazy.
In the tax world, he has not only a Juris Doctor, but he also has like the equivalent of a legal master's degree and additional degree in taxation. You can't tell me you don't know. Also, he stands to potentially lose his law license. And they run a marijuana company together. And with a felony, I don't think he'd be able to maintain his licensing for that company in any jurisdiction because getting licensing to have a company that's marijuana based is incredibly difficult. There's a ton of red tape and states are really hesitant. So if you have a criminal record, you're not going to be able to do that. She was also teaching at Wesleyan University, and it seems stepped down from her course for this semester. But on the show, she talks about her advanced degrees. This is very much a book smart versus street smart kind of a case. And we are seeing not a lot of the street smarts. But I worked in the arson unit a little bit as a law clerk in the DA's office, and most of it was fraud cases. It was arson-related fraud where somebody's garage just kept burning down with like $50,000 of technology in it. It's like, oh my God, that's so weird. It's like your fourth fire in your garage in 2 years. The insurance companies are really unhappy about that. So it always surprises me. I had a judge that I worked for that said we don't catch the smart ones. And it tends to be true. And in fraud cases, oftentimes it's the hubris that gets you where like you don't get caught and then the crimes grow. And then there's some tipping point and then they go back and look. And a policy limit claim at $400,000 is going to trigger an insurance investigation no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't lose his license, it's just a generally bad look on his credibility as a professional. It's just like, I mean, I don't know, I'm not going to hire that guy. He's definitely not dotting his I's and crossing his T's.
And he's been working with really large accountancy firms, with, PricewaterhouseCoopers and others. So and Deloitte, he has like a professional responsibility that in the tax world that you would think he would be aware that claiming things were taken that weren't taken is going to be a felony. So
is this a product? We've talked about this with previous guests, obviously, just about the pressures of the Bravo world and the glam and all the costs and just keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. But I think it's shocking for a lot of, your average American who, is busting their ass just to make a decent living. And you have these seemingly very successful professionals, multiple careers that tend to be fairly lucrative on top of being TV celebrities. And yet they're still going out of their way to steal money and try to get more. Get us inside the criminal mind. I'm sure you've seen this a lot. What, from your perspective, causes this type of behavior?
It's hard because I really do wonder about this weird bubble that is reality TV and the pressure that is reality TV. It's a question I've been contemplating and asking the law nerds about as well, because we see, a housewife like Gina in Real Housewives of OC kind of get ripped on the internet for having a more modest and reasonable home and living a really real life without extravagant wealth. And you see how even others on the shows in the past have kind of taken digs at her for that. But then you also see a Jen Shah or a Teresa or maybe the Osefos, as alleged, trying to bolster the appearance of wealth in a way that's just not authentic. And it really makes me wonder about the pressure cooker of it. I mean, in the OG days, I don't think everybody knew exactly what this reality TV thing was, but if you're coming into reality TV now, you know exactly what it is. It's interesting to see that, even 1% level wealth on reality TV, you still see people saying it's not enough. I don't know if the Osefos are dealing with other types of consumer debt from being on the show, but maybe the insurance companies are going to land a chunk of money that's going to help come back from something. I don't understand how it's worth it, because if the shows are doing well and the career's doing well, I don't understand why you would take this risk, because it really puts you in a tough spot.
Did you hear that allegedly Bravo kind of was like, hey, well, what was it, Justin, that they'll pay her?
Yeah, we have to take with a grain of salt, obviously, right. But there was chatter online that potentially Bravo would allegedly pay Wendy Osefo a high chunk of money to own the rights to air this whole process on TV, making her the highest paid housewife.
It's a rumor.
Obviously, we don't know where that came from or what.
Aren't there laws against monetizing your criminal behavior, Emily?
Yeah, it's very different. It depends on jurisdiction, but selling the rights to a story would only really most jurisdictions, I'm going to try to simplify this. Most jurisdictions, if there are some restrictions against monetizing, it's that the money would go to any impacted victim first and then to you. In this case, the impacted victims are the insurance companies. It looks like that loss is in that $25,000 to $30,000 range. So if you sell the rights to your story and pay off your restitution to insurance and then move forward, there are a lot of cases on whether or not that's an infringement of the First Amendment for you to be able to sell your story. So most of it is, if you sell it, it goes to pay back victims first before it goes forward. So it really depends. And some jurisdictions don't have what people colloquially call son of Sam laws. Some jurisdictions don't have them at all. I don't know about Maryland, but
interesting.
The insurance fraud side of this being different than other types of criminal cases is an area where I wouldn't be surprised. But then again, any media organization can apply to the court to have cameras in the courtroom, and the court normally requires those to be pool cameras. But I'm sure Bravo wants the exclusive rights to the car ride before court and the car ride after court and an interview with the lawyers, the way we saw with the Karen Reed case, where she gave exclusive access And it was her defense team that had asked for that access with cameras following them around the first trial. So this is not new.
We will watch. We will absolutely watch.
I want to see the behind the scenes. I want to see the conversations with the lawyers too. I'm also curious.
I want to know what they were thinking. Before we let you go, Emily, I do want to talk a little Salt Lake City with you because I know you were watching.
I mean, how can I not? The first episode, I'm getting blown up in my DMs being like, what are all these lawsuits? I'm like, y'all, I don't even... What?
They're all dismissed. Duh.
Let's kick things off with a rapid recap, and then we'll get into the details with Emily.
Well, exciting news. This rapid recap is sponsored by Factor. Most Factor meals only take 2 minutes to heat up in the microwave. So if you missed the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, pop in your favorite Factor meal and put a timer on this rapid recap. It'll be ready to serve by the time you're all caught up.
Eat smart at factormeals.com/NickViall50off. And use code NickViall50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code NickViall50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
So if you missed this episode, it's a below deck, down under crossover, baby. Captain Jason is here, but you know who isn't here? Bronwyn, except maybe she is. She's arriving late because of identity theft allegations, allegedly. You guys, the yacht is in fact super in size. It's almost as big as Heather's crush on Captain Jason, but not quite. Then it's revealed that Brittany also has a crush on Captain Jason. She is in a smorgasbord of heaven, so she kind of steals Heather's thunder. The ladies make a rule that if Brittany is going to go for Jason, she is not allowed to talk about Jared at all on the boat, or else they're going to throw water on her. The sea is not the only thing making these ladies wet. And a side note, really quick, Angie likes to stand next to Lisa because it makes her ankles look smaller.
What a burn.
Bronwyn arrives late on her own little boat and in her own little banana boat costume couture. The drama intensifies. Brittany and Bronwyn also have to share a bed, and Brittany brings a stuffed unicorn that Jared recorded his voice in to sleep with. Lisa thinks the word karma is overused, but Bronwyn allegations are in fact karma for coming for her. One of the stews finds a thick cucumber planted in one of the ladies' bags. Okay, diva. Another thing the ladies apparently planted, the Grand Theft Auto allegations about Bronwyn. Lisa says nobody would do that. Also, you dug up stuff on me. And also, I didn't do it in case anyone was wondering.
Which no one asked.
Which, not to point fingers, but it kind of makes it seem like it was Lisa. Heather then accidentally revealed that her and Captain Jason have fucked around low-key, but they're friends, so there's latitude. But Brittany should go for it. Angie froze up again. But the real tragedy, she's so sick she can't suck in while wearing her bikini. Heather and Whitney bring in Big Mare to talk about Lisa planting stories. Lawyer Meredith Marks, which for the kids in the audience is how she was referred to before she was DJ Meredith Marks, reminds us that correlation doth not prove causation. Bronwyn airs out Brittany is saying Meredith has seizures. Meredith says that is a horrible thing to say to Brittany. They both throw drinks on each other. Heather then confronts Lisa about planting stories and calls her a defensive fucking bitch. Lisa denies it and crashes out Lisa style. Then Heather and Lisa's friendship is Jover. Meanwhile, Mary and Angie are eating in bed and gab with Jason. Overall, was Lisa kind of serving SZA album cover while crying alone on the dock to Scott?
She was.
She was. She definitely was.
This is SOS Lisa Barlow. Somebody make that meme.
Well, it's a lot to break down with you, Emily. I want to be respectful of your time before you have to go. One thing I want to get from you is, like, I'm sure you have a lot of experience with people like lying or denying, and I'm sure you've had to read, you know, whether you feel like people are telling the truth. It felt like to the rest of women, I think most of the audience, and we also watch What Happens Live, and I think Lisa lost in a landslide. But there was a lot of defending herself before the accusations were even coming. And just it was such an outrageous performance, that, like, hyperventilating. I don't know. What were your thoughts? Who do you believe? Do you think Lisa is possibly or most likely or absolutely planting these stories?
I don't think this is the first time we've heard allegations that Lisa is planting stories and talking to people behind the scenes. She also, this entire season, seems really eaten up with what's going on behind the scenes and who's talking to who and who's looking at what. And there are times where it feels like Lisa is just saying to everyone exactly what she's doing, even in other contexts. When she's fighting with Angie, she's like, you're doing this and you're doing that. And it's like, Lisa, we're watching you do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And that has become very much a pattern this season. And she is really, it seems, a bit consumed with what people are saying or alleging. Would it surprise me? No. Was the performance over the top? Yes. It's a lot. And Lisa does tend to deflect with everybody else's shit, whether it's true or not. So would I be shocked? No, I wouldn't be shocked at this point.
Can you give us a little breakdown of like what Bronwyn's alleges these, like, she was in something that happened years ago that was involving her. Now it's sealed, so people can't really figure out what's going on. But the grand theft, the identity theft, like, do you know anything about that?
I don't, because again, she said it's sealed. I didn't go looking for it beyond that, but it depends how long ago it was. Like, if it was a juvenile thing, all juvenile cases are sealed. If it was an adult thing, cases can be sealed and expunged. So it's really hard to know. And I don't know where you would dig up that information unless there were people that were there at the time sliding into people's DMs. Would that surprise me? No. That people who are around, in people's past being like, oh, I know this. But also, if you're bringing that to screen, it doesn't seem that anyone actually verifies. It's just throw it out there and see what sticks because it serves the purpose, whether it's true or not. And that seems to be going on quite a lot in Salt Lake and did last year. And it was the thing they were all mad about a couple seasons ago with Monica, was people doing stuff on social. And here we all are again and again.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
I just wanted to see Captain Jason be like catnip again for the housewives. But no.
I thank you for saying that. I'm watching this and, Whitney was just pointing out just like this history that, Lisa has. She's done it to all these women, I think. And Lisa isn't the only one. And also it's not exclusive to the Salt Lake City franchise.
No.
We have Shannon Bedore on next Tuesday to talk about the OC finale that drops tonight. And obviously there's some accusations that are very serious about one of her castmates. And we talk about the possibility of that being, you have to be careful to believe what you see. And are there potentially people behind this? And, Bravo very much has a culture of doing some really nasty things, for the sake of television, to really platform ugly rumors and to go back and find, it's like what, Bronwyn didn't pay her rent when she was 19. And like, just to bring back a rumor from 20 years ago is so crazy, but like, and it's such nasty behavior, but it's also like kind of like what this culture of shows do. But yet I am blown away that how Monica Garcia, again, I think I would have been triggered by what she did, but like, I'm just confused kind of with Katie and also OC. It's like you bring in these new women who have been fans, they're watching it, they want to fit in, they feel like, oh, I guess this is what we're supposed to do. They do it, and then they get just crucified. Brittany, recording. It's just like, do as I say, not as I do. It's just, it's fascinating.
It's wild to watch, and I don't know how new women fit into the group because the culture, I think, behind the scenes versus the culture of what you see on TV might be a little different, and the women might feel like they have different understandings with each other. I don't know how any of them talk to each other season after season with the stuff that goes on. I really don't. And I have said many times I am not built for reality TV because I couldn't. It's just people treat it like it's not that deep, but it does impact people's lives outside the show. And you can see that it impacts people on the show. I mean, when was it 2 seasons ago when Whitney was talking about her husband losing his job in part or in whole because of the show. So it's a very real part of it, but also it's wild to watch it play out season after season and then see different cast members act like they're surprised that that's what's going on. Because that's also what they've said.
I've talked to housewives who are pulling their children out of school because they're like, this is so bad. Like, I have to homeschool my children now. And it's just like crazy that it gets to this point,
And then everybody wants to play along in the DMs and I know the kind of DMs that I get about cases. I can only imagine if people think that they're going to get a nugget in there that somebody might say, it allows a lot of bad actors access to say whatever because they might have genuine knowledge, or they might just be pretending, because you can dig up almost anything on the internet, whether it's true or not, and start to track it back. But I think future cast members need to make sure they're like wiping their internet footprints before they got on the show, so people can't find who like your sister's college roommate's boyfriend's cousin was, because they're going to try to dig up some stuff.
Yeah.
That is the one thing, I guess, to defend Lisa a little bit, which is crazy coming from me, I know. It's not proven that she is the one that started the rumors. There is a case you can make that Lisa Barlow has very, very emotional reactions and is in a very emotional place this season. She would have assumed that Bronwyn's going to come for her with these allegations anyway. She's like already convinced that everyone is planting all of these things about her and is targeting her. So of course she's going to assume that these women are going to think that she did it, if that makes sense. So it's like she could have not done it and just is Lisa and reacts that way to things and is very dramatic and really funny and could have just like crashed out and spiraled out and made herself look bad. Sometimes we dig a hole for ourselves even when it's not true.
Like, she was so anxious going in that the response was because she was so anxious going in, and then when they acted the way she thought they would, that's the thing that tipped her over the edge.
I don't know. I don't buy it. I find that if you're anticipating an accusation, you're more prepared for it. I think the response might be more sadness rather than anger. It's like, that really hurts my feelings that you guys would think that, and I'm not sure what I can do to like change your mind, but like, I can just assure you it's not me.
Lisa reacts to everything screaming, though. She reacts to everything that way.
But like when she was yelling at Heather, there was a point when she said something along the lines of like, I know and you know too, or something. So it was like, in the same moment, she's kind of still holding something over Heather's head, being like, hey, you know exactly what I know, but we're not going to say it. So I'm still like, she's still kind of holding on to that whole place of like, I have information that could.
And that makes me wonder, I'm like, there are psychos. I'm like, I wonder if there is like a bigger, like maybe Reality Von Teese wasn't the big bad, right? Maybe there's someone bigger than Reality Von Teese online.
We also had her yelling at Meredith, being like,
girl.
literally, being like, you better have had my back. And you better say sorry right now or else, kind of thing, which is like, you're just showing us that this is who you are.
I think that's an excellent point about Lisa. Justin, I know you texted in the group chat last night that you were Team Lisa. I mean, all the women were like, we know, they felt it, not that like, I'm not saying that's like a, holds up in court, so to speak, but these women know each other intimately. They're hanging out with Lisa off camera. They've all been victims of her retaliatory behavior. I mean, Lisa has a pattern of, if you come for me, I'm going to come harder back for you.
Go like the distance.
She's going to go the distance.
And then she says 100%, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Every single time.
She plays offense. You know what I'm saying? She's always aggressive. It's like deny, never concede. I mean, she will never own up to anything. I will say, super proud of my girl Heather this episode. I don't know. Maybe she's listening to the show. Maybe she's taking my note. I don't know. But I really feel like this season, she is speaking for herself, and she is not worried about the Lisas and the Merediths of the world. And she has her own voice, and she is like standing up for what she thinks is right or wrong in ways that I don't feel like she has before, where she was always bizarrely like, kind of like Meredith. It's just like, what are you doing, Meredith? Like, why are you so like careful about how you're talking about this? She did it to you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if Lisa has something on Meredith or she just loves her.
Let me clarify why I said I was Team Lisa in that episode, because I think everybody knows that my alliances are with Angie K, Mary, Whitney. Like that, those are my girls, Bronwyn. That being said, Salt Lake City is riddled with people bringing up stuff. Everybody's done it. Meredith has done it. The rumors and nastiness. Like, my point with Lisa, and yes, she does go the distance, is like, of course, everybody's going to assume that Lisa was the one that put that story out there. So, of course, she's going to come in with a defense the second that it's leaked or that people are talking about it. Also, Lisa said on Watch What Happens Live that the first allegation that was thrown out there was that Whitney was the one who did it and that Dana Wilkie was the one that gave her that information. We didn't see that. in the shoot. So I think that also adds context where it's like everybody has already decided that Lisa was the one who did it. So of course she's going to come in with guns a-blazing. And then that's where you have Meredith saying, well, causation doesn't, or correlation doesn't mean causation. And that's where it's like, just because she maybe has done it in the past, everybody also has done it in the past. She clearly was hurt. And then like, if you were in her position where you didn't do it and everybody was like, no, you did it, just admit it. What are you supposed to admit? You know, like I saw her frustration in that moment for the 2 seconds that I'm like, maybe she didn't do it.
The only like fishy thing with that though is that it is the pattern of Lisa being upset with somebody and then
I acknowledge that too.
Their life being blown up.
Here's the thing. Have you guys ever played the game Mafia?
Yeah.
You know, when somebody accuses you of being the killer and you're not, there's only so much you can say until people make up their minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is the one thing of just like, you could be maybe she's really bad at Mafia. I don't know.
Mafia reference, not the Among Us reference with that.
Oh, true.
I just don't buy the hyperventilating.
It makes her kind of a ripe target to put this on, though, with her behavior this season, which, I mean, as you guys are playing devil's advocate very well, I might add, it also shows why it's so hard to get a sense of everything that's building to a reaction in the shows, because there's so much that we don't see. And so the reactions, we get the big reaction, we don't always get the buildup for them. And it's been a season, when you were talking about Heather a bit, Nick, it's the first time I've seen Heather say, no, you said this, she said this, where are we? And Heather's really taking the role of trying to point out, no, this is what I'm seeing just standing here. This is where your blind spots are. And it's nice to see her taking on that role. I just want to see more of Mary this season. And this is the first season I think I've been like, well, at the end of last season, I was like, wait, I want to know more about Mary. And this season, we're getting to know a little bit more. And then she gets lost in these moments because you can tell how much she just hates it. And I resonate with her. I'm her in that moment. I'm like, get me off this ship. Like, I don't care how hot everybody thinks Captain Jason is, but I want to leave. And also, the housewives act like that around him when he's in person. The years that I was in the same space as him at BravoCon, they are falling all over themselves for days and days and days. It's wild to see in person.
Did you say he was catnip for housewives?
Yes.
Yes, he is catnip for housewives.
And knows it. And he absolutely knows it. And he plays into it very, I think, intentionally. He's well aware.
Telling Brittany he'll give her the tour later. I was like, oh, no, not my girl, Britt. Wow. The shutdown.
The stuffed animal.
The stuffed animal.
Stuffed animal.
Crazy.
The water throw was crazy.
Oh my God.
Meredith did the water toss in a respectful way the last time at the dinner table where she just like lightly.
Is there a respectful way?
She like poured it in her lap.
When Brittany did it, the way Meredith went boom.
Well, and then people said that Meredith is trained in like blocking drinks being thrown because she like immediately blocked Brittany's and then it hit Bronwyn and everybody's like, that's Bronwyn's fault for stirring up the drama.
Yeah, I mean, Bronwyn did start it.
She came in that banana boat.
Emily, it's always fun catching up with you. Come back soon.
It's good to see y'all. I'm sure there will be plenty of more legal drama. So, you know.
Where can the people find you? Please let my audience know.
Absolutely. At the Emily D. Baker, live streaming all your favorite trials and court cases. If you don't want to miss a moment, the Law Nerd app, free on iOS and Android, and you can stay in the loop with all things legal. We have some live trials coming up that you're not going to want to miss. And of course, we are still following all of the fallout from the Karen Reed case, including all of the text messages that Trooper Proctor thought he deleted. And prosecutors found his iCloud back to 2013. That's impacting 5 murder cases in Massachusetts right now.
Yeah, what's the tea?
Okay, do we have 30 seconds?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So, remember, Trooper Proctor got fired. He was appealing his termination. At the hearings on other murder cases he worked on, his lawyer was like, okay, well, he got a new phone and there's nothing on his personal phone. You won't find anything. The prosecutors found hundreds of thousands of text messages, voice memos, phone calls, logs, emails, photos, and videos. And so the prosecutors went back to the court and said, hey, his lawyer said there wasn't anything here. We have hundreds and thousands of items back to 2013 from his iCloud account, because even though he got a new phone, It was all still backing up to iCloud. And then the police union that evening unanimously voted against him, withdrew their support from his civil service appeal, withdrew his lawyer. He dropped his civil service appeal, and now all the defense attorneys are fighting over what they get. And just yesterday, we talked about the fact that a protective order is needed because he has group texts with incredibly sensitive information in them, including intimate photos of people not in the group text and names of victims and more. So we are just at the tip of the iceberg, because if other law enforcement officers are in that group text, it's not going to go well. So Trooper Proctor tried to rehome his phone and forgot about the iCloud.
Is Karen just like sipping some cocktails on a beach, just living her best life these days?
With her book deal, she's still going after him because at the last court hearing in the civil case, because there's a wrongful death case from the O'Keefe family against Karen Reed, at the last court hearing, her lawyer said, essentially, we're suing everybody. We're going to sue the town. We're going to sue Massachusetts State Police. We're suing Trooper Proctor. And yesterday afternoon, Alan Jackson said that those lawsuits would be coming shortly. So Karen Reed and her lawyers may have access to these hundreds of thousands of items of Trooper Proctor's phone in connection to the civil case, because one can only assume there's more said about her given what was turned over from the feds. So we are a long way from done with the Karen Reed case. Even though the trial is done, all of the fallout is still having ramifications. And I think we're going to see more law enforcement, maybe retirements, maybe people just stepping down. But we already see, did you guys remember Dever, Don't Call Me Dever?
Yeah.
Did you know she stepped down from Boston PD?
No.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the fallout continues. And so we have been covering all of the continued ripples from this case, because it's upending an entire prosecutor's office and police department, and it's not done yet.
Wow.
Wow. Craziness.
So, Emily, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Good to see y'all.
Thank you.
Take
Good
care.
to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, if you know anything about me, you know that I am constantly wanting to rearrange. I'm constantly wanting a refresh. I feel like we just, like every new season, you need something. You just need to feel something, you know? And you can feel something with Cozy Furniture. Cozy Furniture.
Just cozy. It's easy.
Cozy Furniture
Flexible.
collections are designed to be loved. They make your house really feel like a home with practical features, true comfort, and chic styles. Easy living starts at home, and Cozy makes it even easier with their fast assembly and easy-to-move boxes.
It's incredibly flexible, even too flexible, some might say. Natalie loves to rearrange a living room, any room really, and those cozy couches make it super easy for other people who get a little restless with the way things are organized. She's always constantly moving the furniture. Also, because I'm such a good boss, I did a little giveaway for my team, and our team member Jack won the cozy couch, and he keeps raving about it. Here's a picture of Jack's bachelor pad with his cozy couch in his living room.
I do also have to say, having 2 dogs, a husband, and a toddler, the fact that all of their sofas and all of their rugs are washable is a game changer and something that I will not budge on.
No budging.
No budging. Transform your living space today with Cozy. Visit cozy.com. COZEY, the home of possibilities made easy.
Looking for the perfect date night? Look no further than Die My Love from the studio that brought you the substance. Die My Love is the visceral and uncompromising portrait of a woman engulfed by love and madness, played by none other than Jennifer Lawrence and her husband, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, you heard me right, for the first time together on screen. The two stars battle it out in extremely well-performed dramatic fashion. You won't want to miss it. Take your date to see a couple that will make you feel grateful that your only issue or what movie you're gonna see. Go see Die My Love. Visit Mubi.com/Die My Love. That's MUBI.com/Die My Love for showtime and tickets only in theaters November 7th.
When you buy your first home, you want to feel secure, but many new homeowners face a home system or appliance breakdown in year 1, and fixing something like an AC unit can cost thousands. That's where American Home Shield can help. When a major system or appliance breaks, like your HVAC, plumbing, electrical, or refrigerator, they will fix the covered item no matter its age.
It's one of the easiest ways to protect your budget and build confidence as a new homeowner. Visit ahs.com/viallfiles for 20% off any plan today and see promo details. That's ahs.com/viallfiles for 20% off. See ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including service fees, limitations, and exclusions. We all know that working at a small business means you wear many hats. Boy, don't we know it here at MV Media. But sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands, and Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience with a simple and ambitious goal, pioneer a better way of working.
Companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in the way they staff key projects and initiatives. By accessing a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, AI, design, admin support, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, get help drafting a job post, or even book a consultation.
From there, you connect with freelancers that get you, and you can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Upwork makes the entire process easier, simpler, and more affordable with industry-low fees. Post a job today and hire tomorrow with Upwork. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That is Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com. Always fun catching up with Emily.
She's so fun to just pick her brain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she just has so much knowledge in there.
Yeah.
And we always get to like find out new tea that I'm like, okay, I got to go home and research.
I know. And like, need to subscribe to Emily, the Emily D. Baker and find out what the
Yeah.
hell is going on in Boston.
We got to
That's
get Karen
crazy.
Reed on the show.
Yes.
Karen, come on.
And
Diva.
Alan Jackson.
Oh, I can't wait.
Every time, I always think we're talking about country music singer Alan Jackson. Every time.
He probably
Every
is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He's very identifiable, like when you see him in person, because we were at Ojai Valley Inn, and Connor, my fiance, was like, "That's Alan Jackson," and I was like, "No, it's not." We're like in a pool too, so I was like, "No, it's not." And we were literally like Googling, like starstruck at this lawyer right now. But
Was it him?
yeah,
Oh,
Whoa.
my
he was
God.
in the pool with his wife.
Why didn't you go say,
How
hey,
is
come
he-
on
how-
the show?
How are you finding this out now?
I didn't say anything to him. I'm like, he's having a vacation. He just got off working one of the like most high profile cases
Hey
of the
guys,
moment.
I just
Hey.
saw Alan Jackson in the pool with his wife,
It was over my
and
birthday weekend.
can confirm there's no canoodling between him and Karen. I mean, that was an alleged rumor.
That
as
was an
well.
alleged rumor. Yeah.
Sierra's a walking blind item. She's like, Alan in
I'm walking
pool.
safe, okay?
With
She
wife.
is.
We had
Trust
eyes on
Sierra
the
with
ground.
your secrets
Yeah.
because she won't tell anyone.
I'm trying to be a vault, okay? I'm a safe space.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about her in that NDA.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Guys, before we move on from Salt Lake City and in the spirit of Halloween, I have a pumpkin. I kind of threw together a surprise presentation for you guys about Salt Lake City. Leia, pull that bad boy up. All
Oh my
right.
God.
Oh my God, the Salt Lake
What is this, the Hills
slasher.
Have
This
Eyes?
is the Salt Lake. It is okay.
It's amazing.
Graphic design wise, I did base this off of Wes Craven's The Hills Have Eyes poster. Okay.
Okay.
This is called the Salt Lake Slasher, aka how I think all the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City would die in a horror movie and in what order.
This is so
Justin
good.
helped
You
me
guys
with
are
this.
not ready for this.
So, the tagline for this movie: Lisa Barlow won't be the only one physically shaking. Okay, so first to die,
Of course.
Brittany Bateman.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yes. So her cause of death is filming an Into the Woods TikTok, and she disappeared with a very well-pitched scream. The women find her phone soon after, abandoned, with the video left unpublished. This is how they know something terrible is afoot. Her body will show up as a jump scare in the third act.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Brittany Bateman is on this week's episode of Going Deeper. Shameless
Yes,
plug.
she is.
Yeah,
Before
she's
she
not
dies.
dead.
Yeah,
It's-
Before she dies,
Brittany-
she told us everything.
Before the killer gets her. Okay, next to die is Lisa Barlow. Her cause of death is that her phone gets tapped by the killer after calling all 7 lawyers to come rescue her. The killer then reveals themselves to be reality Vontees. Whitney watches in shock and awe. This was the first person to ever leave Lisa Barlow speechless. Electrical currents in the phone fried Lisa from root to tip.
The Kerastos didn't protect her.
The Kerastos didn't protect her this time, Diva. All right, then here's what happens in this movie. Okay, so then Whitney runs. She tells the girls, Reality Vontees has returned. Then Bronwyn wants to cheer the girls up at this news, so she puts on a giant puffer suit, like the one she picks Todd up in, to cheer everyone, right? And then it's like one of those scenes where it's like a dark room and she's like putting on the suit and zipping it up. The suit starts to fill with gas.
Oh, no.
Right? And then Bronwyn wants to escape. She's trying to escape. And then a knife comes in. but it doesn't stab her. She is able to escape with the knife, and the gas releases, and then she runs from the killer. She runs from reality.
Is Bronwyn our final girl?
No.
Damn.
And then, because then you think she might be, but then the killer gets her and chokes her with a Cartier necklace that is allegedly hers.
Of course. And Emma, the jeweler, is the killer.
Emma the jeweler.
Emma the jeweler. Then we move on to Meredith Marks. Meredith Marks is, of course, avoiding everything, disengaging, alone in her bathtub, but this is not good because her cause of death is that Reality Von Teese drowns her in the bathtub, a la that one scene in Nightmare on Elm Street where Freddy Krueger gets in with Nancy in that bathtub, and you can see if you're on video that my presentation has a little Freddy Krueger claw in the bathtub with Meredith. Anyway, she was eating caviar, and the caviar spoon slowly dropped from her fingertips.
It's a snatch from her fingertips. So did it slowly
snatched
drop,
from.
or was it snatched?
You know what? We're still, me and the producers are still like deciding what will be in the final.
We're still in the writing room right now.
We're still in the writing room. We're still blue skying. This is an official pitch.
Okay,
Reality Von Teese has struck again. Okay, then Angie Katzenevas. Her hair gets caught in a chainsaw.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Now
that's some
high body
count hair.
Love it.
Mary arrives late to the girls' trip because she was getting a McRib, and she finds Angie, and this is like the emotional.
This is where everybody's crying because you're like, we lost
Angie,
like, the family. You know, you saw the mother see the child. Angie.
Yeah, this was like she saw Angie, and
Have
you're
you?
like, oh no, shit's getting real, and you realize you did care about these women after all.
Who's still alive at this point? Mary, Heather?
Mary's alive, Heather's
Whitney.
alive, Whitney's alive.
Okay.
All right, and then before Mary saw Angie, though, the jump scare of Brittany's body does come for Mary. She doesn't care. It doesn't affect her. I
not.
just
So
thought
she
that
finds
was-
Angie, and then she finds
She
Brittany's.
finds Angie, and then she's like, oh no, and then she gets up, and Brittany's body is like, you know, in Halloween where it's like you close it and then there's like a body right there, like
Yeah.
that's Brittany, and then you expect her to be like, oh no, and Mary's just like,
Just kind of steps over.
She's like,
yeah, she's just like,
So she's
okay.
crying, and then she's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah. So that's this is a comedy horror. Okay. And then so Mary then runs in after this.
So Mary
emotional thing.
Mary didn't know anything was happening until she saw Angie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now she's realized something's happened. So she goes into this other room at this house that they're in, and she finds the killer over Whitney, and she grabs a bottle of 2003 Dom Perignon, and she hits the killer, who once again is Reality Von Teese, over the head. Whitney and Mary unmask Reality Von Teese to reveal Heather Gay is the killer.
oh my god!
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, her motive. She thought it would make a good storyline for next season.
Okay, but she didn't kill her cousin.
Well, she was trying to.
Is she
And then Mary
Reality
came in-
Von Teese?
Well, Heather Gay was wearing a Reality Von Teese mask.
Oh.
She was wearing.
So it's Monica's face.
So it's Monica's face. It was very Michael Myers coded, and so she was wearing the mask and was killing people.
Was Whitney in this
But-
movie?
She was.
Whitney's our final girl.
I do like
and-
the idea of Whitney's about to die, and then Mary. So the little girl, Mary doesn't care about the little girl,
Yeah.
but hits the killer.
Mhm.
So Whitney survives because everybody thinks the blonde's gonna die.
Yeah. And Mary. So basically, there are two final girls. It's Mary and Whitney. And because Justin and I were talking about this, and we did think that in the beginning of the movie to kind of set this up, Mary and Whitney would have gotten into a fight, which was why Mary left to go get the McRib.
Okay.
Because there would be tension definitely between the two of them. They're not doing well right now. And then they have to come back together to defeat Reality Von Teese. And Heather, aka Reality Von Teese, in this movie does end up getting up and coming back after being hit to the head, and Mary and Whitney do escape in a sprinter and then run Heather over.
And to
with
wrap
a
it up,
sprinter.
we cast all the women of Salt Lake City. So Angie H is the one that has the omen on the side of the street. That's the end is near.
Yeah.
And then Jen Shaw is
Don't
the one.
turn around.
Jen Shaw is the one that's scooping stuff in the cafeteria, feeding them in the cabin.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Bravo.
Wait, there's one last slide. Happy Halloween from the Viall Files. Anyway. The slideshow already went away. Okay, never mind. That's all.
Good. Well done, Mary. Well done.
Thank you.
We have a rapid recap for Potomac before we wrap things up for today?
We do, of course we do, because Mary not only spent time making your Real Housewives of Salt Lake City movie, she also gave us a rapid recap for the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Stacey thinks that Kay hates her for breathing. Wendy doesn't get why Angel doesn't like her, but Wendy also makes it known that Angel didn't graduate. So if we use context clues, those kinds of comments might be why. Tia says in British that being tongue-in-cheek is chill, unlike chin-checking, which is not chill. T is also mad Ashley Darby doesn't fancy her. Fancy is British for would fuck. The ladies then quickly stop fighting to say hi to the First Lady of Maryland. Then we get a girls' trip to Nevis. Wendy asks Stacey if she... Wendy asks Stacey if she sucks balls, as in dick. Stacey is like, how dare you? You're an academic. Also, no, in fact, I don't. We don't do that on QVC. Angel and Kay apparently don't want Jazzy to come on the trip, which Giselle, of course, revealed to everyone publicly. But then it all becomes about Kay and Wendy again. Stacey's twerking has somehow gotten worse. Also, Giselle wrote personalized notes and got monogram robes for everyone but Stacey, LMAO. And apparently there is a super face turned picture of Angel out there. Angel claims it is not filtered, ? Giselle does not believe this to be true. Stacey calls out Giselle because the streets are saying she has a man named Sean who played in the NFL. Welcome, Wagzell. Giselle is like, we're just fucking. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I pull. Then Ashley reveals that Stacey was trying to date Chris Samuels. Overall, where is Monique? Discuss. I think I am tired of them coming after Stacey. I think she's an easy target, and I think it's like, okay, sure. But like, I do need a little bit more than just like every dinner we're like coming at Stacey for something that really doesn't matter.
I think the effort of not monogramming her robe and like her bag, it's like it takes so much more effort.
And then it's like the men set the party. It's like we're just like going out of our way to like bully Stacey, and I just like I don't really care.
I kind of felt too like Giselle was like, and I feel like this is her every season, and I forget about it when it starts, but like midway, it just feels like she's like the puppet master. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, by the way, you two don't like each other. Why don't we have this discussion? And then when she's over it, she's like, you know what? We need to get ready for dinner. Let's table this.
Yeah.
And then let's start some shit up with somebody else in the next round. And it just kind of is so bothersome because it's just like nobody has an issue with Giselle, but Giselle's ready to like, you two fight.
She's kind of like the Brittany Bateman of Potomac, Stacey, where it's just like
Stacey is Brittany.
Yeah, beautiful woman, you know, very kind of kind and sweet and like doesn't have the killer instinct that some of these other women have, and I think they smell weakness and they have like a little bit less respect for her. Like they you know, clearly the women of Salt Lake City like don't respect Brittany as much as some of the other women. And you know, like I said, I mean, if you haven't listened to the Going Deeper episode with Brittany, I mean, we just had a great time with her. Like she was just fun. She was fun to be around, you know, and we got to see more of the human side with her. She's hard not to like in person. That was my biggest takeaway, is that she's just a real kind and friendly person. And yeah, I would imagine Stacey's the same way.
I think my theory on Stacey is she talks like that because she's on QVC. And I think the women read that as inauthentic.
Okay.
I think I am tired of this like Kay and Wendy drama that's not really drama, but we're just like trying to make it be drama. And then they're like laughing at the end of it. It's like, are y'all doing a scene? You know, it's like it feels so clear that it's a staged scene and they're like overall totally fine with each other, but they're like, let's just like quickly argue to give it something. And it feels so obvious.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that too, because I'm just kind of like, does it really matter if Wendy likes you or not? Because it doesn't matter. Because the next thing you know, she's like hurling her stuff at somebody else. Because now, who's Jazzy?
That's Stacey's friend.
But like, was she on the show before?
I have no idea.
Jazzy?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because I just felt like we were all of a sudden just like introduced to this person that says hi at a table, and the next thing you know, we're having her bachelorette party. So I was like, maybe I missed a season.
Yeah.
This is the first season I've watched it, so I have no clue.
Okay. So I was like, I need some clarity on that.
Apparently,
but I was just
her husband's on the bench, though we did learn that about her.
Yeah, and then Angel's a real wag. I think like the wag drama I'm into. Give me more of that.
Of course.
Less like more of the wag drama of like your husband's not a real football player. Less of Wendy and Kay pretending.
But it
not to
was
like,
like producer questioned, and Angel handled herself very well in the response of being like, everyone is important to the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like doesn't matter who you are.
And even how they went back and talked about how she answered that question with my husband's a 10-year starter or whatever, where it was just like the way that they showed it the first time looks like she just gave that information out of nowhere. And then they're like, no. She asked me a question. I answered it, which I was like, okay, nice.
She's been on the show before.
Jazzy was?
Yeah.
Do you know what season?
She debuted in season 9.
Anyone here? Raise your hand if you dated an NFL football player. No? No one? Okay.
No.
Oh, you did, Nick?
You know.
I was like, I want to hear that story.
Nice.
Me too.
I did play pickleball with Eric Decker. So
basically
I would say that's a date.
Basically the same thing. Yeah.
I was told to stay away from athletes, so I've never dated one.
By your fiance?
He played football in high school.
Oh.
There you go.
That counts.
So I'm actually engaged to
You're
an
a wag.
athlete.
Okay.
You're a wag.
Division 4 athlete.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, my husband was the state champion
Yes,
of
of course.
track, so I'm also a wag.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
We need rings and bands and shirts and things.
There are wags for all of those with eye to see. There are wags everywhere for all of those with eyes to see.
Thank you.
And in high school, Major League Baseball scouts said I had a lot of potential.
No.
You could have been
Practically
in
MLB.
you in another timeline. You could have been.
I just
in,
chose love and
18
happiness
innings.
instead,
Hell yeah.
With who?
It was,
your girlfriend at the time?
You, baby. I knew you were there.
I was dead.
Oh,
I mean, I
that's
wasn't alive.
sweet.
Yeah.
I was
Natalie,
still
if
really-
Nick was a baseball player and he was in that last Dodgers game that went, what was it,
18
18 innings,
innings.
2 games. Who won last
Yeah.
night, by the way?
Blue Jays.
They did. Oh, good for
Ugh.
them.
Boo.
Bad loss.
I have one thing that I want to bring up. Who got called out for the Facetune?
Angel.
Oh, Angel.
Angel, where I was kind of like, I think that that's a really rich thing for y'all to be calling out at a table when housewives are so notoriously face apping on a regular that I was like, if she tweaked her face a little bit, like, why do we need to bring this up as a topic of conversation?
Yeah,
Like,
like
you
do
already
we
know it's gonna go your way.
right?
Yeah.
Like, do we need to pull out the receipts on everyone else? Do you want that shown on television? Or
I don't know. I think the core
No.
of it is just because she looked skinnier in that photo, and they were like, "That's not real."
Well, that's what I thought was
which was really rude.
So messed up. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that I can't remember who was sitting next to her, but was like, she just had a baby 4 months ago.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Your face changes, your body changes. Like, and she's on the way back, but I'm like, how dare you try to make her feel bad about herself for putting a photo up on the internet that she felt good in? Like, send it in your group chat, talk shit. You don't need to like try to embarrass her in front of a group of people in a new group of friends.
Another instance of, I mean, I love to see it on TV, but Giselle being a demon.
Giselle
Yeah.
being Giselle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Well, that will do it for today's episode. Thank you to our guest, Emily D. Baker, for joining us. Also, don't forget, if you are looking for love and are interested in joining our super secret dating docuseries and you're in the cities of Los Angeles and Nashville, go to our link in bio on my personal Instagram or the show's Instagram and fill out our casting call. Also, don't forget, going deeper next week with Sparkle, Megan, and her former fiance, Jordan. Plus, we have Shannon Bedore next week. So much that and more.
And we had Brittany Bateman this week.
Brittany Bateman was this week. And if you're looking, it's just us.
We're just always busy, guys.
Just listen to it. You will love it. It's fascinating. It's so fascinating.
It's the best thing ever.
It's the best. We'll see you on Monday. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.